Hi guys. I'm John and this is Emma.
Hello. Let's have a look to the objectives and goals of the unit.
Well, I want to ask you. What happens on the web if, for example, the president of Barilla during radio interview say, "We will not advertise with homosexuals because we like traditional families"? What happens on Facebook page of Costa Crociere after the ship sinks?
An online crisis begins. It happens that these companies must defend themselves against network attacks. These attacks, if not managed well, can be very risky for the survival of the company.
At the end of this unit you will be able to know what is an online crisis management.
To know the importance of group management. What is crisis management? The term crisis management defines the process by which any organization faces an event that risks damaging it. We will focus on managing critical events that occur online, specifically on social media.
Social media are faster than television, radio and newspaper in spreading the news. Negative news concerning a brand can have a direct and lasting effect on the reputation of the brand itself. Not only on the web reputation, but even the one it has acquired in the past in the real world.
John, please, tell me how to manage a crisis arising on social media?
Yes, Emma. We need to create a social media crisis management plan, I mean an implementation of a series of short and long-term strategies aimed at the best possible management of a crisis.
Lovely. But, please John, tell me, who takes care of managing the crisis?
A community manager is personally responsible for the brand's communication on social media. He must identify who carries the threat. Identify the reasons that are triggering the crisis. Implementing the social media crisis management plan. What a community manager should do. Costa Crociere has changed the images of fun on their social channels, with apologies and condolences for what happened with Costa Concordia. What a community manager shouldn't do. Barilla's official press release came too late. After 8 hours. The community manager had not reacted, and today there are people who don't buy Barilla Pasto anymore. Well, have you understood everything about online crisis management? Before introducing the new topic, let's talk about social nets. Social identity. We can define the social nets, not related to the digital sphere. The group of people to which each of us is connected by any form of social relationship. The members of the family, the colleagues of the company, the classmates and etc. To characterize the social network is therefore not the type of relationship but the presence of a relationship. The type of relationship is what instead distinguishes the different social groups present within their network.
We define social identity as the awareness of the different positions assumed by the subject within the social groups of his own social network. For example, I hold the position of teacher within the school social group when I teach my students, while I have the position of wife and mother within the family social group. Until a few decades ago it was not difficult to keep the real world separated from the virtual world, and what happened in the virtual world often had no repercussions in the real world. Today, however, the situation has radically changed.
For example, changing the status of one's relationship from committed to single in a social network produces significant effects in our daily lives. The same happens if in the physical world I present myself to an event with the strange look. To share my picture on social media, generate comments and criticism even from the members of my network who were not present at the event. The main consequence is the creation of new digital groups, or digital communities. Digital practice communities. Smart mobs. Able to make social facts with a strong coercive power.
Very interesting, John. Please tell me more about online social media group.
Social media platforms such as Facebook and LinkedIn offer members the opportunity to establish and join groups of people online. The factors that could cause people to want to join together in groups on social media are common background, qualifications, interests or hobbies. Membership in groups is voluntary and may be subject to approval by the group's administrator. Some groups may require invitation by a current member. Groups may also vary by their visibility online. Some are public, while others are private and only visible to members.
Well, John. So, the main function of social media groups is fostering conversation and connection among members. If a group has limited or no public visibility, it can provide an environment where members may feel more comfortable expressing themselves and sharing.
Be careful, Emma. Staying in a group, especially if it is very large, is not easy. Suddenly, you make a false step. You use a word or a bold joke and someone points out to you that you made a mistake. Pretend nothing happened and the avalanche begins to take shape. The situation precipitates quickly until you are overwhelmed by the classic social media fail.
How can we avoid the crisis, the quarrels and the insults within a social group?
It is the administrator or moderator who establishes a protocol and a culture and manages them effectively and fairly for members. Can do a lot to maintain a group purposefully and in activity.
Well, in this unit you learned what is an online crisis management and how you can solve it.
In the last part you learned what is online social group, how it works and how you can solve the crisis within the group through the moderator.